It's v.h.s.x. What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back. We got another video for you guys that was suggested by Unworldly Lime 47, who is suggesting this video from Blue Dream 47, titled 13 of the most underused killer tips. Now, I can say with full awareness that I know a majority of players that either tune in or are playing the game in general are probably not really interested in the educational aspects, as we've even covered a lot of the sort of educational side of things before. But I wanted to kind of use a few things within the video as sort of like a springboard to talk about the rest of the stuff that I have an issue with the game as a whole. And one of the things, obviously, that I'm going to be bringing up first is obviously the zoning. And to explain it briefly, we'll let Blue Dream actually explain it for you.
Zoning is the simple aspect of pushing a survivor into an area you want them to be in, most typically edge map or into a dead zone of pallets. A lot of killers will let the survivor lead them, but you, the killer, have all the control in which direction the chase is heading.
So that right there is a very good point. Blue Dream makes a good point in the sense that this is actually a true statement. It's a true thing, and there's probably a lot of tips that are being given in the video, zoning being one of them, that a lot of people will then use to gain the advantage. And these are the basics that I was learning when I started playing the game. This is something that I had to pick up when playing this game, because I understood that there was a lot of things that I needed to improve on. And by golly, I worked my ass off to get to the MMR level that I got to work as hard as I did with the weakest killer in the goddamn game, to do what I was able to do was incredible from my perspective. I couldn't be asked to do that nowadays because, like, I'm just so tired of this game. I'm tired of this community. I'm tired of the balancing being so unbelievably favored to Survivor. It's actually insane. It makes playing killer just so unfun. It makes playing killer so unfun because of the mere fact that you know going in you have zero chance to make an impact in that match, because you understand that you're not going against skill, you're not going against players, you're going against what the perk effect is. That's just been my problem. You understand going in as a killer player that you're going against gen speed, you're going against the map, you're going against the perk effects. You're not going against somebody outplaying you. You're not going against skill. You're not going against something that you have any sort of control over. It's simply put just luck and overtuned bullshit. Like that's the definition of the game at this point. And so on one hand, I would look at a video like Blue Dream is offering, which is educational, and that's something that I was very passionate about trying to do, considering that I was in the trenches working my ass off to get as good as I did with Ghostface. And even to this day, I haven't found many people that are as good as I was with that character. Even to this day. So I really felt like I wanted to at least inform more Ghostface mains to try to help them get up there, to help them be able to hold their own and not have a hard time, and to really embrace the character, you know, despite his weaknesses, despite how ass he is to play, at the very least to know a lot better as to how he works, so that when you are in those matches, you have a fighting chance. But I understood, you know, nowadays that all that means absolutely nothing, because I understand that the balancing does not favor the side with knowledge. It does not favor the side that practices. It does not favor the side that actually has to utilize their tools in different ways, shapes, and forms. Once you've understood how to loop something, you're always going to know how to loop the thing. It's not like you're going to be changing it up any other time. And that's the misconception that a lot of Survivor players have, is that they believe that, oh my god, it's so hard, I have to counter these powers. When half of the roster, if not most of the roster, is either countered by Shift W, or you do a slight variation of the Shift W. And it's not that difficult to understand. I already covered it briefly in a Horser video when he does make that statement. And I sort of disagreed with it, because if you understand how the power works, you'll understand that a majority is countered by the Shift W. Whether it be Pyramid Head, whether it be another character similar to that, like Huntress, or whether it be another character similar to that, like artist or whatever have you, like depending on the character, a majority of the time, a majority of the character, even Vecna from Stranger Things is countered by the same Shift W nonsense. All the characters are very similar to one another in that sense. And there's only slight variations that you have to understand. You don't have to just like, oh, I haven't faced that character before, so I don't know. It's like you can easily just look it up. There's like such a level of ignorance within the DVD community. It's like there's information is there. Like we're on a we have the internet, dog. Like we have so much information at our fingertips. And people just choose ignorance instead. Especially within the DVD community. They choose ignorance. You want to know how a killer works? Look up a killer guide and see what they say. See how their power functions. Maybe play a match with the character. Actually figure it out yourself. Actually do that thing. But they're too scared to do that because they understand that killer's stressful. They understand, even whether it be subconsciously or consciously, understand that Survivor is simply just easier. They understand that it does not require all the pressure to be on their shoulders. But I use this to say that despite the fact we have wonderful content, even like from Blue Dream over here, who is offering good content, that's offering educational content, I understand that that's going to be in the minority. I understand that people view this game as a party game and they just want it to just be a broken mess. And unfortunately, for those of us that actually dedicated our time and hours to actually getting good at something and actually deciding to hope and like that our knowledge actually applies, and that's why I've always talked a lot about like Siege. I talked a lot about of like Marvel Rivals and stuff like that, because with the knowledge I've gained in those games, like they apply in a match. Like it's insane, like to think that I can play a game like DVD where all my knowledge is thrown out the window because either map spawned a certain way or Survivor uses perk or oh, Shift W. So all that knowledge I know means nothing. Doesn't matter what the fuck I do. That is extremely frustrating. It's like, why is it that my hours are not respected? Why is it that my time is not respected? So that's why I'm on the camp where I'm like, I understand that people have a skill issue. I understand that people need to improve. And I constantly keep saying this even for both sides, whether it be killer and survivor. That's why I dropped educational content for those people that want to see that, for those people that want to improve with the characters. But I understand that that's such a small group of people. So my main, sort of takeaway obviously is like, I can understand that the educational content is there and I can literally appreciate the mere fact that it's there. I can appreciate other content creators that are trying to help educate other players. They're trying to, fight the good fight in that sense. I can appreciate that. And that's why I want to spotlight a video like Blue Dreams, because it's like, finally, like we have more educational content. But I also am in the camp where it seems as if like being good at this game means absolutely fuck all when you're a killer. With all the changes that they keep on adding and hand-holding for the survivor side, it's like at the end of the day, it's like, what does it matter that I know this knowledge? What does it matter that I'm good at this character? What does it matter when Timmy No Thumbs can pre-drop and fly off with a perk, can get off of my shoulder with a perk, can have a free endurance multiple times because of a perk, can get up on their own because of a perk? Every bit of pressure is stripped away because of a perk, or even better, because of an item. And it's like, wow, but yet they're in chase. They're horrible. Pathing is bad. They don't know where they're going. They look confused. They don't even know the map. But because the pallets are all there, because the windows are all connecting to those, because the jungle gyms are right after that, because the clutter is here, because this is there, all of these things contribute to just a freebie at that point. So it doesn't even feel remotely fair if you were to take a loss. And then you have the numbskulls that genuinely believe like, oh, you just want to win all the time. Nobody said that. What I'm asking for is a fair goddamn game, where at least my knowledge will apply in my match, where I can sit there and say they made a mistake, I was able to capitalize. Because if they make a mistake, that's how any game works. You whiff an attack in Dark Souls, you're gonna get smacked. You whiff an attack in what do you call it, Street Fighter, whatever it may be, any fighting game, you whiff your ults, you whiff your combo, you whiff whatever, and you're gonna get knocked into the air and get punched out. You like, say you misplace you use so many items in Resident Evil, you're gonna start dying a lot. You run out of ammo, you're gonna start dying a lot. in a Resident Evil game, right? Any game. You don't have food in Minecraft, you die. You're gonna starve to death. Like, every game has something that if you don't play it right, you're going to lose. You're going to get some kind of repercussion. But this is one of the few games I've ever played where it's like the repercussions are stripped away, but only for the one, not the other. It doesn't even make sense. Because if I'm playing killer and I make a mistake, I'm gonna know, because I already understand that I've been in matches where if I just whiffing one single attack or hitting a certain dead hard or getting hit with DS or a shoulder the burden activates or something will literally destroy the entire game after that, and it's over. I already know going right out. Yep, the game's done. That one move destroyed all my pressure. The gens are done. That's it. It's over. GG's. Nothing left I can do. And that happens time and time again, especially with a character like Ghostface. And that's why I stopped playing him. That's why I completely retired the character. I don't even talk about him anymore. What's the point of trying to tell people about how to play him? Because I don't want them to end up in my situation where I want to play the character, but he's horrible. I want to play the character, but the game isn't built around him. He's not a character that works in this environment of the game. The fastest gens in the West, humongous maps, tons of sightlines. He's only working on what, indoor maps? His power is so limiting. His power has nothing for chase. When everything is to try to, like, within the design of the game is to try to slow things down for the gens and trying to get chases done quick as possible. It's an efficiency game. So it's like I have to tie it back in, because as much as I can sit here and say, like, man, it's so great to see that there's like wonderful videos out here that talk about education, trying to get people to improve. At the end of the day, I understand that is such a small amount of people that actually care about that. And even furthermore, that's why I don't put up gameplay videos either, because who wants to see the game at this point, right? I don't. What's the point of putting up videos that nobody's gonna watch in that sense? And what is the point of putting up videos like that? There's nothing to chill about in this game, is my point. There's no chill in this game, because I'm not going against people that are trying to chill. That's not how it works. I'm going against people rocking the most sweaty builds and under the sun. And you guys who have seen the streams have seen it. I literally show you guys the builds every match because we can see with our own eyes. I put out what I'm putting out. I say what I say because it's been proven. Unlike the majority of the DVD community that likes to make up stuff, I actually have evidence. We actually have sources. We actually have clips. We have videos. We have evidence of these things. It gets to a boiling point. It gets to a boiling point where you're just tired of it. You're just tired of the bullshit and the hand-holding. And the fact that we have to sit here, and say, because I've seen this argument as well, oh, just play the S tier. Oh, learn Nurse, learn Blight. Not everybody wants to play Nurse, Blight, Kaneki. Nobody's trying to do that. People come into the game for their different reasons. I came in for the game because Freddy, Myers, and the Ghostface mask were in the game. So why wouldn't I want to play those characters? Oh, but they're ass. I'm like, oh, okay. And that was back then, right? Before all the reworks and all this bullshit, which I still don't think the reworks are that great anyway, because keep in mind that Freddy is still completely cooked when Vigil is in the place. And then obviously Myers is also countered by Shift W meta, so like both of them just kind of suffer in their own way. And then Ghostface is dog shit. So it's like, wow, great to see the characters I came to play are just gone. Like they don't matter. They suck. And then Chucky's another example. Slow as hell. His power is easily countered by somebody with 2 hours in the game. You don't even need to understand how to counter him. You don't even need to play well against him. Just turn corners. That's it. He has such limited mobility. Like, it's like you're just going to counter it by just chilly existing, bro. So at the end of the day, it's like, what incentive do I have to keep going? What incentive do I have to keep playing? Because at the end of the day, I understand that the devs don't care about the killer players. And I understand that not even the community cares about the killer players. They're just there to be a part of the haunted house attraction, be the party clown for the kids in the birthday party. Unpaid volunteer work at that point to give them an experience. But why the hell does my experience not matter? Why is everyone else's experience only important except the killer players? Why are they constantly getting shit on in every single conversation and community? It's insane. But they're literally like the lifeblood of the match. This match wouldn't even happen unless there was a killer player to push it forward. There simply exists, like the survivors exist to literally run. So like what is the point of putting them on the wayside? It's ridiculous. But that's my rant for the day. Appreciate the suggestions, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Consider becoming a member on YouTube or Patreon for exclusive videos that you haven't seen on the channel yet. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, let's go ahead and read off these wonderful members. We got Patreon, Crow Vader. All my YouTube members, Brando, Evil Blade, Cap Courteous, WTF You're Not J-Lo, Evil Peach, Hargan Falcon, Dole Whip, Noxus, Zero Mocker, Jack, Christian, and Crow Vader. Really appreciate you guys supporting, man. And if you also subbed on Twitch, just know that you got love coming your way too. Appreciate you guys, man.